Right.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Act 2 with Sam and Carly.
Oh, look.
Oh what? Look.
We're different. We're
Hold
very,
on.
yeah,
Hold on. This is the story of our lives. Hold on.
Little and large.
Let me cheat this. There we go.
Okay, yeah, there we go. No, look tiny. Right. Today we are talking about nerves. Do you get nervous? How do you cope with nerves? What does it actually feel like and how does it affect your acting? So Carly, we'll start with you. Do you get nervous before you perform? I think I know the answer, but I'll let Carly say.
Yes.
Same.
in the short answer, yes, absolutely 100%.
Yeah. When did they start for you?
They start... I always get a little bit nervous at the dress, but then
It's got to start before the dress. Surely you get nervous for the dress.
about actually performing. No, I'm always nervous all the way through.
Right.
As in, I'm always nervous about, oh God, am I doing it right? But I would class that more as that's self-doubt rather than nerves. So there's
You put them in different boxes.
yeah. So my self-doubt runs all the way through, right from the beginning of rehearsals right until I've finished the run.
Madness.
But the nerves, there's never a nervousness with my self-doubt. It's just about I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing it right, or I can't quite get it, or
Do you ever like go through bits and go, oh, what if this happened in this part? What if I accidentally forgot that part and then this part fell apart? Do you ever
not until the run of the show. So my nerves kick in properly first the minute I walk into the theatre on that first night.
Really?
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And that is kind of the noise I make.
So where do they sit on you?
Oh God, everywhere. Like I'm just, it's from my neck down. My hands go sweaty. I get a dry mouth. I'm constantly having to sip water, which is hilarious because Sam doesn't like that. Sam worries about needing a wee, and so she then worries for me needing a wee. Yeah. But I feel like I'm like that otherwise, so I have to sip water constantly because my nerves. My nerves definitely affect that. Dry mouth, sweaty hands. Tummy going all a bit like wobbly. Yeah. I go to the toilet so many times, but just to do a wee, don't I? Because I panic that I'm going to need a wee on stage.
Yeah, there is that panic. Especially Betty and Joan, and as always, you were on stage the whole time.
Yeah.
So when she's having a cup of tea, a diuretic, 5 minutes before we go on, you go out and use the toilet and leave me on stage, I'll kill you.
I don't really do. I say yes to a cup of tea, but I then drink like one sip or two sips of it.
Because you've got me staring at you.
So yeah, the answer is I do get nervous. Do you get nervous?
100%. The worst case of nerves I had was just after COVID. So just before COVID, we had a play planned and it got cancelled, as most things did, everything did. And during those 2 years, I guess I thought I was losing my nerve, right? And then leading up to the play when it was being brought back, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I've still got it.
Oh, sorry.
We're all okay. But yeah, and then what happened, it's a really typical Sam thing. Someone I know and don't really like that much, I saw on social media, did a play a few weeks before me, and I instantly went, oh, she can do it, I can do it.
That's brilliant.
And I instantly snapped and I wasn't nervous. It's crazy. It just shows you how it's a mindset.
I think there's a competitiveness in you then that
when
actually
it comes to acting,
really helps.
Yes.
It helps push you through so many things.
Yeah.
That competitiveness.
Yeah. There's a stubbornnness there, like, oh, hang on a minute, I don't like her, and she's doing what I want to do. No, I'm not having that.
I like that. That's
a bit
really
bratty.
Yeah, but it works for you.
It does work for me. And if I get stubborn, I can do it.
Yeah. But what about directly before the show?
Okay.
Because I think before a show, so I would tell me if you agree with this, but I would say through the run of a rehearsal period with the stuff that we've done together, I'm basing this on. I would say Sam's more nervous than me during a rehearsal. I think there's more of a worry there in you than there is in me.
I see you as
really?
Yeah.
How funny. Look at that. But what I was going to say was when it comes to show week, that I was going to say tips around the complete other way.
What do you think you're more nervous?
I think I'm more nervous and you have it together much.
Really? See, I don't feel like that at all. How mad is that?
That's fine, isn't that
Yeah,
funny?
I mean, we both
it's
have-
just perception then,
Yeah,
isn't
it is 100%. And we both have our little things that we do beforehand, which must just appear that we've got it together. Because Carly will read her script right up till she's about to step on stage, and it's like a comfort blanket.
Yeah,
isn't
it is. Yeah,
She doesn't need it. She knows she doesn't need it, but she doesn't need people telling her that. She just needs to look at her script.
I don't even think that the words are going in. I
No.
think it's just a habit that I have to just
Yeah.
look, I just look at it.
And you'll get
Yeah.
that one time, because it happened to me when I was looking at my script, or no, I wasn't looking at my script. Got this, I know this. Went out there, first line, just went. Took me ages to get it back. I just jibber jabbered for a little while. Didn't need a
prompt.
Didn't need a prompt because I just started talking. Eventually, it came out. But like, do you know what? I can't remember if I was looking at my script or I wasn't before that. But before I'm going on, I'm giving myself my first line at least, and it just went.
Yeah.
And that fear kicks in, doesn't it? So yeah, the nerves don't really end until maybe you're halfway through the second half, and you're like,
I think
this is going well.
Yeah.
Let's go back and relax into it now. Or there might be certain points. And
I think it goes in the first act for me, but then it comes back again in the interval.
Yeah, because you've got to go back out again.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Because so you get on stage, like, so it really heightens for me. I actually hate opening a play, and
being first on.
yeah, and I know I did that in Alice, and
It's sort of ripping the plaster off, though, isn't it? Because the longer you wait, that you know.
I know, but there is. Yeah, I found that. So when Betty and Joan, Sam opened, so we go down there together. I was then behind the screen, Sam went on. And although I am backstage going,
She goes, okay. I love it.
Okay. How many times do I say that? So many times,
Just-
over and over.
Yeah,
It's,
it's so cute.
it's myself telling myself to be okay, I think. But I didn't really realise that I did it until Sam pointed it out. But there, so, and I was doing that backstage.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's something I think comforting about, so when you were on, I'm hearing you in it, setting the scene almost, so I'm like, okay, we're in, so
Good
scene,
flow,
okay.
good flow, yeah.
But I think it almost helps get into the vibe.
Yeah, you
for
can
me.
sort of hear what audience you've got as well, can't you?
But I think it helps me get into character.
Okay.
Because I can hear
Okay. Yeah.
I can hear the play happening, and
Yeah.
so I'm
Right.
start relaxing into
That
the
makes
role.
sense, yeah.
Whereas when I open it, and especially when I opened Alice, I was on stage I was in the wings by myself because no one came on for ages.
Yeah.
So I was in the wings by myself, apart from Val right up there ready to be on the mic.
Yeah.
And I had to go on and be on and that standing in the wings, it felt so lonely.
Aw.
And then going, I was like, oh my God, you've got to get a grip. So I don't like opening.
Fair enough.
And I've got to do it again as well in T22. I've got to open it.
Yeah. But
Not in the same way. It's very short.
Yeah.
And then we'll all be on there together.
I think that one's quite a good opening, don't you? She's.
As in what she's got to do.
Yeah, I think that's not a
maybe.
bad-
Yeah.
ease in, because you don't have to say it's not words. You might have your back to the audience a bit as well.
Maybe
mightn't you?
depending on how
So I
it's
feel like it'd be an
directed,
easy, especially
Yeah.
what you've done as well. For
Yeah.
you, I feel like this would be an easy.
Yeah, it will be an easier
Oh.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think hearing other people on stage helps relax me a little bit.
It's happening. We're in the flow now.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so what about, because I remember thinking with Betty and Joan and standing there and thinking, oh wow, she's got to go out there and open it, and you had to open it with a big old monologue. It went on for quite a while.
To parade through the audience as well.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And I do remember thinking, I'm glad that's not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
so how did you find that? Did you find that really nerve-wracking?
So what helped me through it was that, because I mainly get nervous in front of my husband, but so I got him to come to the dress rehearsal and get over that. And then the first performance we had, he was at. So once I'd done that one,
It was alright.
after those, it's fine. I could.
So do you think your nerves reduce throughout a run? Do they?
100%. Yeah, it's getting over that first bump.
Yeah.
Or if there's been a slip up, the next night I might be nervous around that point,
Yeah.
and then I can enjoy it after that point.
So actually,
like that.
it's changeable depending
Yeah.
on each run is
It is.
individual.
Who's in the audience, where we are, if it's new, and like if we haven't had a proper dress rehearsal, sometimes that makes me a bit on edge. Or we have a really bad dress rehearsal, even though the superstition is you have a bad dress rehearsal, you have a good show. When we had a bad dress rehearsal for Betty and Joan, I was like, I'm not sure we got this.
That was the worst dress rehearsal I have ever done.
I'm saying my words, just
anything
thinking,
I've
should
ever
I
been
just
in.
stop? Should I just stop and say this isn't happening?
Yeah,
you don't, you just carry on.
Yeah.
But there was like,
Oh, it was dire.
yeah,
It was
we
dire.
nearly cried.
I think I did.
We cried, and we did.
I think I cried before and after, actually.
It was awful, but the whole run of the play was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was.
It was amazing. One of the best. Well, I think it's my favourite. I don't know. I'm always attached to them, aren't I?
Yeah.
I've got to be more attached to Betty and Joan than was Alice always, because I came in last minute and had a tiny part, so I can't.
Yeah, no.
But for you, I get that's.
I mean,
probably- yeah. But anyway, that's beside the point. Do you get a different sort of nervous when you're auditioning to when you're performing?
Oh God, 100%.
It's awful, isn't it?
100%.
Much worse as well. I think.
Actually makes me feel physically sick just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Sorry. Do you think we can get through it?
Yeah.
To tell the audience.
Isn't it funny that we want to do this?
I know.
Like,
The things that go through my mind, like sometimes I'll be in the wings, especially if it's more of a caricature play, like
Yeah.
I did 9 to 5, which is a musical, and I'm dressed up and I'm drunk, acting drunk, but I'm in a dressing gown and my hair's all messy and I'm doing this, and then a little voice will go, Sam, what are you doing? Why are you playing dress up? What are you pretending to do? Like, who are you? Just a little voice going, you're playing a game, aren't you? Like, I don't know, it takes...
I mean, well, it is, because it's fun.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Yeah, and it's entertaining for other people, and you can't put a price on entertainment. Well,
No.
you can, because tickets are expensive. But people live for entertainment, don't they? And we're on the
Yeah.
other side of that, doing that.
But it's really interesting that it creates such an anxiety or nervousness in
Yeah.
us at times, and
Yeah.
yet we still love it. I think it's a really difficult thing to explain, actually, when
Yeah, it's a bit macabre, not macabre, sadistic maybe?
a little bit, yeah.
You put
Because when
yourself
you
through
think
that.
of other jobs, if you like, or other hobbies, I don't think there is one that somebody would get that nervous about
Public
doing
speaking,
before.
but that's similar, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's a performing, isn't
yeah,
it? I
yeah.
guess.
Public speaking is apparently #1 fear, even above death.
I can understand that.
Really?
Maybe not more than death, but I hate public speaking. I hate it, and
if
everyone
you had
does
to
that. Oh, but you act.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's different.
Yeah, I always get you, even at meetings, to like if we've got an idea, I'm like, oh, Carly, do it, because I'm very unless it's a script and I've learnt it. I'm not a.
I don't mind that. So what Sam's talking about is if we're talking about like a production meeting or something that we're
Yeah,
having.
you're very
but-
articulate and you'll present it better.
But that's with people that we know. But if I was to have to address a whole room, so the size of a room that we would perform to,
Yeah.
we would perform to a theatre full of people. If I had to stand up and public speak to a theatre size,
Even a planned thing, though. You know what you're going to say.
if I'm reading it, possibly less so.
Yeah.
If I'm having to wing it, absolutely not. That'd be awful.
Mm-hmm.
But even reading it, I think it's because I'd be there as me.
Yeah,
And I don't like that. I
No,
like to
a
be.
character.
I can hide behind.
Yeah.
I can hide behind a character. I can hide behind. I know what it comes down to. It comes back to failure, doesn't it? Because I'm thinking, right.
Well, if they
I
don't
think-
like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can get up on stage and it's all right. I can just go,
Yeah.
well, they didn't like that character,
Yeah.
or they didn't like the way it was directed, or they didn't like the script, or they didn't like, the.
Yeah, you can-
And they might say they didn't like the way I played
Acting.
it, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
But there's so many other elements of that
Yeah,
that
but
could
yourself
that
is very exposing,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. But public speaking is very rarely being yourself, is it? Like
Yeah, true.
it's
true.
always a performance. Like even what we're doing now, this isn't necessarily how we chat.
No, true. But this doesn't make me nervous. But that's because
Yeah,
I feel
but it's
like
not-
I'm just
you
sat
can't-
with you.
yeah.
Well, I am just sat with you.
And we could edit this bit out.
Yeah. But the nerves for the audition is greater than the
Nerves
nerves.
is going on.
Yeah, is it for you?
I think so. Yeah. It depends what it's for. Like I do self tapes most days, and so those sort of auditions I can just bang out, forget about them. So they're different.
Yeah, it's when you're doing it in front of somebody.
Or when it's a really big one. When it's a
Yeah.
really big one that you've got your heart set on and it's
Yeah.
career changing. Like, I can't help putting all my eggs in one basket, and I've planned the next 5 years based off this job. You know, those nerves, and then not hearing back, checking your phone, and those nerves. I don't know if it's still not the same as the live performance nerves, though, is it?
But I don't have that because I don't audition for
Not-
a
not at
career
the
or
moment,
anything
you
like
don't.
that. No, at the moment I don't. But just for an audition for what we do now, I find that really nerve wracking. And I guess again it perhaps, I don't know, but I'm wondering whether it is to do with you're being judged, and I know you're being judged when you perform. Of course you are.
Yeah.
People are there to be, as you said, to be entertained. And what if they're not entertained? That is a judgment.
Yeah.
But there is somebody has believed in you enough to put you in that role. So yeah, with auditioning, you're being judged, and I know you're being judged when you perform as well, because you're there to entertain people, and people might not be entertained, and therefore it is a judgment. But the person that cast you, the person that's directing you, has believed in you enough in what you're doing. Whereas in the audition, there's no one there that's believing in you, only you. And so I think there's more of a nervousness to, am I going to get this? And if I don't get this, what does that mean? It means that I wasn't good enough. And
you say, you've been directed. You've been, you know, you've shown.
You've already been chosen to be in it. So there's
the
a tick
nerves
there,
are
and it's a different nerve. Yeah, for me it is anyway.
100%. Have your nerves changed over the years? Do you find something more easy, something more difficult? Do you cope better or worse than something?
I think my nerves have increased.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's weird, isn't it? I think I maybe had less inhibitions when I was younger.
Really? I feel like I've got less now.
But I think also when I was younger, it sounds a bit arrogant, and I don't mean it to, but I get bigger parts now than I did when I was younger. And I think, so when I was younger, although the nerves were still there, perhaps it didn't matter as much because I was smaller parts than I was in ensembles, you know, and so...
but do you not feel like that helps you get over little nerves and...
I think there's more to lose now, which is why the nerves have increased. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As in, like when you said earlier, do you not think, what if that part goes wrong? There are definitely moments that you... So there was a moment in Betty and Joan that I tried. And I got it back, but there was a moment that
I would have noticed.
In that moment, I thought, no one can help me here. Because there were monologue pieces, and so no one can help me.
You could have been prompt, but he knew better.
Could have been prompt.
He knew not to, that you'd be fine.
And then if I mess this up, this messes her up. That was like, if I'd messed that whole chunk out, that is going to have thrown your whole chunk out, and then the whole play unravels. And so there's more at stake, which is why. And also, I think some of those. Not only that, it was very intimate. It was just us two. You're very exposed as an actress, and the thought of being crap is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Actually.
It is terrifying, of course it is.
So I think that's why, you know, and that was there in Duet for one, and it was there in Alice Always.
Was that the worst experience you've had on stage in terms of like making you nervous? Not as in like, you know, things go wrong on stage, sometimes you know, hiccups happen or whatever, but in terms of like making you nervous, do you think that affected your nerves moving forward? Like you forgot your lines briefly, and it was brief. It always feels longer than it is. Audience would not have noticed. I knew, because I knew roughly what was supposed to be going on. Saw you having a moment, and then it came back, but no one would have known. Same with, I think, my opening when because what we both did, we both kept talking.
Just a bit of jibber jabber.
We just kept covers a multitude of sins or something.
But so are you saying, did that make my nerves worse?
Well,
or is that the
for
most?
example, when I dried,
Yeah.
when we was having this big Barney on stage, and I got the wrong. I dried and I said a line that didn't really make a lot of sense, and Carly carried it until I got it back. The next time we did the performance, the next night, I was worried about that bit. That can't
Right, I
happen
see what
again.
you
That
mean.
can't happen
Yeah.
again. As soon as I got over it, next night I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and in Calendar Girls, there was a time when I had a little blank moment, and I just looked at someone, and she looked back at me as if to say, "I can't help you. You're on your own, love." And I was wearing this dress. Yeah, it was Calendar Girls. I was wearing this dress, and I dried up on stage.
How amazing that she can still rock that dress after how many years? How long ago was that?
2012.
She's a little glamour puss.
So wait, going blank, forgetting lines, technical disasters, bad auditions, unexpected things happening on stage. I think the worst is forgetting lines.
Out of all of those things,
In terms of what would make me most nervous, like obviously in terms of ruining the play, it depends on how bad.
forgetting lines and going blank are the same, no?
Oh, I suppose saying the wrong line,
The wrong line.
sending someone off on a different page, or
yes.
like giving them the wrong cue, and then that sort of thing, or yeah, going blank. That I think they're nerves.
God, all of it just.
Am I making you nervous?
All of it makes me
Carly,
do
this is a bad episode.
Because so I was trying to think what's worse. So the moment of going blank when you are like, oh my God, I don't know what to say, is terrifying. Thinking that no one else can help you out of it. But I think also it's just you, right? So in that moment you go do something to get yourself out of it. I think the thought of me doing something wrong that would affect somebody else on stage, I think would make me feel worse.
Okay.
Because then I've messed up two people. Like, not, do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think if I did something wrong that affected somebody else and I could see that has thrown them, I think that would make me feel more nervous and worse about it.
Yeah, I mean, technical hiccups and stuff like that, they're more frustrating.
They're frustrating when you can get through them.
Because you're like, come on now.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job here, but it can happen in any area.
And actually, when that has happened to me, the technical things, I don't think it was necessarily, it wasn't as nerve-wracking as lines going wrong, because you know that it just looks bad, or it's just messed up the play a bit, as long as it doesn't throw you, I guess. But I mean, there was, I don't know if this is classed as a technical, but when somebody tried to take me off stage and I wasn't meant to go off stage, so I meant to take the other person off.
No, I don't think that's technical. I think technical is a sound issue, a
lighting issue.
Yeah.
A
technical, I mean, tech. Would that be props as well, or costume? If there was a wardrobe
that's
error,
tech.
anything that's not acting, I think.
Yeah. I think I'd rather that happen than forgetting my lines.
Yeah, same. Actually, do you remember that thing I told you about where... So there was, in the front row of the audience for one play, someone's phone started ringing. She was sitting in the front row. And, did I tell you this already?
Yeah, we did that on
we
another
did,
episode.
We covered it.
I can't remember what episode, but we did.
I think it's the
cover
first episode, which you'd all remember.
Well, we'll recap for you.
Basically, someone answered their phone. Their phone started ringing full volume. They answered it and started going, "Hello, I'm at a play."
This is not theatre etiquette, people.
I'm at a play. What? Yeah. Okay, I'll catch up. And then she looked up, and then the person I was performing with had just stopped and was just staring at her like that, and she just went, "I've got to go," and hung up.
It's just awful.
And then he carried on. Yeah, what were you thinking, woman?
Did
What do you think you are?
Did that create any nerves in you? Because
No.
it kind of stilted the flow of
I
the
just couldn't
play.
believe it. I was more shocked than nervous.
Yeah.
Because that was a one-off,
Yeah.
and it was more like the
What?
what?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
But no, it didn't make me. I suppose it made me think like how grateful I was of the person I was working with, Dave. He's very good at improvisation, and it didn't throw him at all. Well, it must have, because he stopped and stared at her because it was putting him off. But then I would have thought, mind you, I got through the fireworks, didn't I?
I was just going to say, so another thing that happened, I was going to ask you if that made you nervous. Because things that are outside your control. So in one of our performances, there was a huge firework display that was
in
happening.
the room.
Well, it was really close, wasn't it?
Right
It was
outside the
in
door, yeah.
right outside the venue that we were in. It wasn't meant to have
No.
happened. And it was so loud and went on for so long. And we carried on. We just kept going. And there was a moment that Sam paused, and
I was shouting my head off over these fireworks, and it didn't make sense to be shouting.
but I didn't, in that moment, I didn't know whether, because we're not meant to be
There's a
interacting
dressing
at
room,
that point.
but we can actually see each other.
So
yeah.
I didn't know at that point whether, has she paused because she's just letting them pass? Has she paused because this has thrown her completely and she doesn't know what to do? And so I kind of let the pause be there for a moment, and then I thought I've got to look at her to see if she's
yeah.
all right. And I did, and I could just tell that that's all right. She's got this. She's
She's
just
like that.
letting it pass. But then you carried on, and they kept going, and we had to carry on. Otherwise, the play would have actually been stopped for about 15 minutes.
Couldn't have
10,
just
15
stared at the
minutes.
audience like that for 15 minutes.
But did that make you nervous,
No.
having to contend with them?
I mean, I wasn't comfortable because I was like, when do I start talking again? I don't know when they're stopped.
Yeah.
You know, and there was one point where I sort of went, as in to carry on, and it went bang, and I was like, no, we're not there, okay, can't leave them hanging for too long. But they can't hear me, so they must be
Yeah.
thinking, just stop.
Mm.
It must have been a good 45 seconds, which felt like an eternity. Would you say it was even that long?
No, it probably wasn't.
No, it probably wasn't. It felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
I was just staring and sort of smiling at the audience like a...
But nerves didn't kick in, no, at that point.
No, because I knew what was coming next. I knew what my line was, and I was on another level thinking, or maybe you could say something, you could comment on there being fire, and I was thinking, don't complicate things.
No.
Don't complicate things. It's always afterwards you think, oh, I should have said something about it being the 4th of July or something. It wasn't. It was
But
November.
look at how much was going on in your head at that
yeah,
moment.
it's weird.
You were contemplating the script. You're contemplating whether to add something into the script to counteract this
Yeah.
or to bring this in.
What's better?
You're working out
Yeah.
when to start
Yeah.
talking, and none of that phased you.
No, it didn't. But other things do. Yeah, about to go on stage, I'm like, ooh.
Isn't
I
it
feel it
weird?
here. I feel it here.
Yeah, I feel it.
And sometimes short of breath as well. It's all very normal, isn't it? It is all very normal.
Yeah,
That
well, is it? I would like to know, any other actors out there, any other performers out there,
Are we
is
normal?
it normal? Do you get nervous? If so, where, how do you overcome them? Any little tips of how to beat those nerves?
Yeah.
Or do you think they're a good thing?
Do you think they're a good thing?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of nerves.
A little
Not
bit of
when
nerves.
you're, you know, too much you can't function.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm surprised you say the nerves get more as you go along, because the more you do it, the more braver or confident or knowing that you can do this because you've done it before.
Yeah.
There must be some of that as well.
But I think also it stops, I think the nerves are there because you care,
yeah.
right? So that's a
And it
good
gives
sign.
you that buzz
It
as well.
gives you, it does give you the buzz, and I think it gives you that, it drives you to do it just that little bit more because you care. If there's
It's an
nerves
adrenaline,
there,
isn't it?
there's no cockiness.
Yeah.
If there's nerves there, and that's why I think it's a good thing. It does, the adrenaline moves you on, but you are right. It's the balance, because if there are too many, it can be
Yeah,
detrimental.
yeah.
It can tip you over the edge the
Yeah.
other way.
I'm trying to think if there's been anyone on stage that I've worked with who the nerves have ruined it for them. I can't actually think of anyone who the nerves have got the better of them. I definitely know people whose the nerves have got the better of them for auditions, and they've screwed up auditions.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think sometimes nerves doesn't necessarily mean it's got the better of them, but I think it can impact a performance. So
yeah.
I think a classic with some people is that they can speed through their lines because they're so nervous that it's quite normal to start speaking really quickly when you're nervous and I think that can
get through it.
That can happen on stage, and so it can impact that performance negatively.
Yeah. How do you deal with nerves? Like, do you say them out loud? Do you label them, or do you talk to someone about it?
Talk to myself.
Yeah.
Do you talk to yourself?
Okay. I suppose I've got little. I suppose there's rituals like you've got your comfort blanket with the reading the script to the last second.
It goes everywhere with me.
Yeah.
My script. If it could be on the side of the stage, it would be.
Just comfort.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
No.
It is. It's habitual. That's what it has become. That for me, if I didn't have my script, if I'd left my script at home and
Your
gone to the
markings
theatre,
on it.
I'd have to go back. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't have anyone else's.
No.
It's mine.
Yeah.
It has to be my script, and it comes with me to every single performance. And but that it is like an anchor because it's it's an association. I'm okay if
I've got
got
this. 'Cause
that.
I've got my script.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I do a lot of deep breathing. Do I talk to people about it? I guess so. I guess when you have that, like, oh God, a little wave, you might go, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And have a little moment.
Yeah.
There was one you had with Alice, and both myself and who was it? Gemma. We both went, okay, we got you, sit down, okay, it's all right. And she started rubbing your back, and I was like, there's your script, come on, it's all right. And you're like, okay.
I think we
So
both
sometimes-
do a similar thing. We don't talk a lot before.
No.
There are some people that can have full-on
my God,
conversations and chats.
No.
We're both quite quiet
Yeah.
before we go on.
I don't understand how people can. I mean, unless you're going on and your character is going to be bubbly, bright, having a laugh, and that's the thing. Otherwise, I need to focus.
I
need
still
to think
can't
about
because I'd still
yeah.
need to be focused.
Yeah,
in
that specific.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when you're not starting off happy. Like I love most people I've worked with, but you're not having a laugh 5 minutes before you go on stage. It doesn't work for me.
No, I mean some people.
Yeah,
we've worked with people that are like that.
Yeah.
I wonder what the majority is like. I
Yeah.
wonder if the majority are like us and don't talk, or whether the majority just crack on and do it like that. It can be all chatty, and then the switch goes and they go on stage and
just find their level straight away.
yeah.
I wonder, it'd be interesting to see a difference in our performances. One where we're totally on our own, either just the two of us or on our own, backstage, then we go on and perform, or if we're like, no, we know we've got this, we can have a laugh and then switch it on. I wonder if we could notice a difference in our performance. We'll never know, will we? Because
I don't think I'd even be able to fall into that category.
try,
because I think I do have those rituals
Yeah.
of, I have my script, I get myself ready, I have my little sips of drink, I go for a wee about seven times. And that works for me. So I almost don't want to deviate from that.
Yeah.
And I think there is, a little bit of superstitious.
Superstitious.
That I think there is a little bit of that I keep saying suspicious. I couldn't get my words out. When you're superstitious, that you then can't deviate from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there is a part of me that thinks, well, that's kind of what I do, and that's what works for me. So if I change that, is that going to give me a bad performance? So I won't ever let myself change that because I've fallen into that habit and that ritual.
Do you think that's healthy though?
What, having the ritual and the habit?
Well, being stuck in that way.
I don't ever think it's ever healthy to be stuck in a way
No.
ever in life.
No.
So yes, if that could go into,
Well,
that comes into your acting, I think you need to be able to be brave enough to challenge things and push boundaries and stuff like that.
Well, I think it's more like if an accidental thing happened that forced you not to be doing your ritual.
Yeah. Well, then that would then mean that you would show yourself that you can cope with it, doesn't it? If there was a case that, for instance, my script disappeared.
So it sort of makes me think sometimes get out of your comfort zone. Like don't get too stuck because it doesn't actually mean anything. Like any superstition,
Yeah.
it doesn't. You don't have the power by doing. If you put your pen there, I think
Yeah.
all right. You don't have that power, unfortunately.
I think
One
also
doesn't.
that has happened a little bit with us doing the cafe dining things because
Yeah.
those venues that we've
They're all
been
different,
in
yeah.
are different.
And you don't get a dress rehearsal at each one.
You don't get dress rehearsal
No.
at each one, and so that has already broken some of our little rituals and habits.
Yeah.
And even where we're sat in the green room, if you will,
Yeah.
some places there isn't one.
No, well, the
and-
news, as we're coming down the stairs and we're supposed to stand behind the screens and no one's seen us yet,
Couldn't
everyone
do
can
that.
see you coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's like fall already feels broken.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's okay because you just have to adapt. Don't
And
you?
then when I did Duet for one of the venues that we were in, the place that we were, well, we did it with Betty and Joan. The place that we were staying, like the green room, if you like, was a toilet, and so there was no space in there. But when I did Duet for One, there was even less space because there were chairs stacked in there as well. And I was doing it with. So when we did Betty and Joan, we just went to the toilet in front of each other. Sorry, that might be too much information. But when I was doing it with Duet for One, it was with the lovely Jez, and I couldn't go to the toilet in front of him.
No.
But also the toilet in our room wasn't in use at that point, so there was only one toilet. So I knew I couldn't keep going backwards and forwards because then I'd be in front of the audience, and it was the audience. So that need, I had to fight that need and tell myself, you don't need the toilet. You're just going because you're nervous. You know. So I was already challenging that, doing that.
Yeah, stopping yourself doing something normally would do.
Yeah. Whereas when I'm in, say, the Palace, and you've just got the toilets there freely, every time I go, no, I need to go. I know I didn't need to go, but it was my habit of going, just go, because it makes you feel better. When you don't need to challenge it, you don't challenge it.
No.
But it is good to challenge it and show yourself that you can.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say, when we said both of us are silent before, well, not silent.
Would prefer to be.
Yeah, we're quiet. Whichever anyone that knows us.
It's, yeah.
Especially me. I do talk a lot. I do.
Jibber jabber Carly.
That's what they call me. What is it they call you? When did that ever
No, I don't actually know. What do they call me, Carly?
Profound Sam. No,
Profound
that's what you
Sam.
said. Here comes Profound Sam and Jibber Jabber Carly.
So I was on set for something once when I was in the zone. I was focused, and I didn't ask for silence or say to anyone anything. I just closed my eyes, got in the zone, because I'd just previously, an hour or so before, been having a laugh with everyone on set. I don't think they realised that I'd drawn a line and was now working, and I got a lot of like, oh, spider, smile, Sam, and like poking and prodding me, and I didn't react. I completely ignored them, and it did eventually stop. But a few people were just messing with me.
It's just not on. That's really
It was a really
naughty.
professional set as well, and there were named actors there, and it made me think you wouldn't have done that to them.
That's
You
interesting.
wouldn't have done that to them.
But is it also because I wonder how they were as people as well? That whether they like we were saying earlier, it is quite a strange concept that Sam and I would be really quite quiet before going on because we're not that kind of people.
Okay.
We're jokey. We mess around. I talk all the time. We're quite loud, and so I wonder whether it's because that's a very alien concept for some people.
Yeah, they didn't know me that well.
Yeah.
What they did know of me was joking and messing about.
So they think it's okay to continue doing that with you.
Yeah.
Because I have actually, that does make me think about sometimes when we've performed together and the people that we've performed with aren't very good at respecting our quiet time. And I think it's because that's a really alien concept for them to see us in that zone.
Yeah, like you said before, when someone was talking to you before, Alice, and was it me and Gemma were like, no, she's silent now.
Yeah.
She's silent now. You need that. But that's what I needed. I needed someone to go,
no, leave her
her
alone.
eyes are closed for a reason.
Yeah.
You know? But because I don't feel like I want to be diva-y enough to go, I need my silence.
So in that respect, you don't want to avoid people, but you just want to avoid the people that don't get it. So I'm fine with being around people before I go on, as long as they aren't doing that.
Yeah.
If they were doing that to me when I'm trying to like get in,
I didn't want to embarrass anyone who was trying to have a laugh with me. I didn't want to embarrass them and go, can you not? I just didn't want to
no, exactly. You don't want to be rude.
But it's silly as well, isn't it? Because I wouldn't come and mess with your lights.
No.
You know, I wouldn't come and change the props all around and just.
It's true, yeah.
But I'm working and you're interfering. It was very strange, very strange. Maybe I should have drawn a line, but
so I guess the lesson there is trying to work out either really setting that boundary, putting that boundary in place and saying, guys, I just need a moment, please don't talk to me, I'm not being rude.
I do try and say that now actually. I do try and say, right, I'm just gonna have a minute. That should be enough. That should be enough.
Should be.
Yeah.
Or taking yourself off.
Yeah.
And having that moment, which is harder to do on set. but
Yeah.
in a stage setting, you can just go
Well,
off to the toilet until you get
unless
your call.
your changing room is the toilet.
Unless you change your room,
And
it's
all the cast
toilet.
are in one toilet together, then it's hard.
Then it's hard. Yeah.
Stick tied by the cone.
Yeah. Pretend put a cone over your head. I'm not here.
Draw a little face on it.
So in that was sometimes we do. That does lead into wanting to run away. Have you ever
No,
wanted to run
no.
away?
Well, not in an acting environment,
No.
no.
In several other situations in life,
Yeah,
yes.
but no, never. It's made me just. Actually, I thought of an example. When I was assistant director for Wizard of Oz, I think I said this to you before. So I wasn't in the show, but I was assistant director. And during rehearsals, I really wanted silence. My hearing isn't top notch anyway. It's just a little bit whatever. And so I wanted complete silence. Now this Wizard of Oz not only contains 1 million children, but we're performing to millions of children. There's going to be noise. And it was only on our opening night, and there was carnage in the audience, and the cast just was so fantastic. They carried on and they were so pro. And that made me go, of course we needed noise in the rehearsals.
Yeah.
That was a big lesson to me. So I don't mind being around people and going, you need to learn how to cut this off. I don't mind that. But obviously there's a line.
Yeah.
You know, being touched isn't cool. And, you know, if you...
Or trying to have really in-depth conversations as well.
Yeah.
Like when I'm trying to, and I'm just
So
sort of
how
going,
are you?
yeah.
There. I'm not there.
I'm not there. Yeah. Or they're wanting, like they're telling you something that, and
Yeah.
I'm not taking any of it
No,
in. I'm
just
just
nod along.
Yeah.
Repeat the odd word.
Yeah. Exactly. So nerves then are a big thing.
They are a big thing.
They're a big thing for me. They're a big thing for you.
They are, but what my sort of takeaway is that it is a mindset, and I proved that to myself when at the beginning of the video when I said my nerves went when I saw someone performing that, you know, like, oh, if you're doing this, well, I can do it then.
Yeah.
And my nerves disappeared. So if I could find a trigger like that every time, I do have one, and I say it to you quite often.
Yeah, she does.
Shall I repeat
She does.
it? So she'll be nervous. She'll have a nervous moment, and I'll go, "It's all right. We'll all be dead soon." And she's like, "Okay."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think it is
Okay.
about, yes, okay, if I'm honest, would I like to reduce, I'd like to reduce the nerves. I wouldn't want the nerves to go. I do think they're
You want them to be
beneficial.
manageable.
I want them to be manageable, but I think they are a big thing, and I think it's about learning to accept that and know that you can do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, that famous saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. You know, and we've all been all right. We've all felt those nerves.
We're all alive.
And we probably could all say that they've benefited us in a way. So it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right to feel nervous, and don't let it hold you back.
Yeah. Well, that's how we do it anyway.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it, and
Well, I
that's what
hope
this
that's
is all about. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell your buddies. And we shall see you next week for episode 7.